Hi there. So today we're going to talk about seasonality and how it affects the real estate market. In other words, what's the best time to sell your home? Now, I can't tell you the number of clients over the years who have told me that they want to wait until the summer to sell their home. I'll ask, why do you want to wait to put your house on the market until June? Well, summer's the best time of the year to sell, and our kids will be out of school and we don't want to move until the summer. Totally understand you don't want to move until the summertime. And that's just one example. We hear all different reasons for selling different times of the year. Let me just break it down for you. And this does not matter what market you're in. I don't care if you're in Southern California where I am, or the Midwest, or the East Coast, etc. This is the way most markets are. And I train real estate agents all over the country, so I can attest to this. We start in January. January is usually a little bit slow because we're right after the holidays. People are just getting back to work, coming back from holiday vacation. So January is a relatively slow month. Definitely picks up in February, right? February, and then especially March and April. March and April are the two best months of the year to sell your home. March and April, okay? Once we get into May, and it doesn't matter if it's a really good year and the market's on fire or it's a slower year. Once we get into May, sometimes the beginning of May, sometimes the middle of May, rarely, but sometimes the end of May, always in May, the buyer activity falls off a cliff. So homes that would get multiple offers and sell quickly in March and April, in May, and then especially June, July, and August, very, very slow. So I have so many sellers that say, well, we want to put the house on the market in early to middle of May. And I always say that's a really, really bad idea because you missed the spring selling season. Now, it's not to say that homes don't sell, and it does depend on the state of the market. If we've got very, very low inventory and low interest rates, of course, the market's going to be better. But no comparison. The summertime, and I mean starting at some point in May, June, July, August, are very, very slow compared to February, March, April. Now, which is, again, if you have to sell during that time, is it doable? Yes, but is it preferable? No. Now, once we get in where I am here in Southern California, the kids go back to school in early to the middle of August, and guess what? The market picks up in September and October. So September and October are actually decent months to sell. Once we get into November, especially, I'd say early November can be okay, but gosh, once we get towards Thanksgiving and in December, the market slows down quite a bit. Now, a caveat for that is that we do sell homes over the Christmas holidays. Inventory is typically very low because a lot of people take their homes off the market. And so do we sell homes in December? Absolutely. But your best months of the year, I would say, are February, March, April. Now, that brings up another topic. You might be saying, well, that's fine. I could sell my house in March and April, but I can't move until the summertime. Not a problem. Let me tell you what we do with the majority of the sellers that we work with. We accept an offer on their house, let's say, in early April. We do a 30-day escrow. So we're closing in early May. We negotiate, let's just say you don't want to move until July. So we negotiate a 2-month rent back, and now you're moving in July. Okay? So there's always ways to do it. If the buyer of your home is getting a loan, they will allow up to a 59-day rent back. Okay? And there's lots of ways to skin that, by the way, and negotiate that. But the bottom line is you can sell in the springtime and not move until June or July, right? Keep in mind, whenever you sell your home, you're going to usually have a 30-day escrow, and we can make that longer to accommodate you, let's say a 45 or even a 60-day escrow, and then negotiate for you to stay up to 2 months longer, and sometimes even longer than that. So there's a lot of different ways to do it, but the markets, real estate markets, are very, very seasonal. And so you always want to keep that in mind when you're kind of timing the market. And really that's what we're doing. When we're putting a house on the market, we are timing the market. As a professional real estate agent, we are looking at how much inventory is on the market, what we think interest rates are going to do, what time of year it is. There's a lot of factors that play into that. Added to when do you want to move, when does your family want to move, what's the most convenient time for you. So there are many things that go into it, but you definitely want to have that conversation. Don't just assume, oh, we don't want to move until the end of June, so why don't we put the house on the market in the beginning of May? Not a good idea. And we'll talk about other things in future videos. For example, do we like to do long escrows? No, because we always want to get your money in the bank. Time is the biggest variable when it comes to an escrow period. So, a 45-day escrow, and again, we have other videos on this, but a 45-day escrow or a 60-day escrow, that is just more time. Anything could happen. The buyer could die, they could lose their job, there could be another death in the family, the stock market could crash, anything could happen. You always want to get the deal done and your money in the bank. Thanks very much for watching.